Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video, let's take a look at the new half anniversary banner that just dropped in Ever Crisis. We have some new power creep, some new aura abilities, very exciting stuff. And you know, between this and last month, if this caught you off guard, I've been talking about it on the channel here. Let's take a quick look at that. I'm not spending money right now. I'm trying to hold off until March, where we can expect Half Annie, but it's going to be really hard to make it through February because I bet we can expect some kind of like Rebirth collab. You know, of course they're going to do that. So I fear something like that might be coming in February. This strikes me as the ultimate like bait, drain everyone's resources with this collab. So everyone's out of resources for Half Annie. And kind of holding out for Half Anniversary, which should be next month. In my experience in these games is that the best stuff comes on half and regular anniversaries. All right, so we're going to talk about the banner, but first I have a very special guest to introduce. Here today in the video we have Tix, Ever Crisis Giga Chad, one of the top players, and lately Tix has been streaming regularly on Twitch and just started making YouTube content as well. I'm going to link that channel because you definitely need to follow him. Tix, how's it going?
Hey, beautiful day here in San Diego. Nothing to complain about. Just waiting for these the next crash to come so we can keep helping the people.
Indeed. And for those that don't know, Tix has single-handedly carried more people in Crash Co-op than anyone, at least that I know of. Can you talk about that just for a second? How many people have you carried?
Yeah, definitely. I think a humble number to say would be at least 700 people.
Wow, that's amazing.
And I love it, man. Ever since the first Crash, I fell in love with it, and it's been quite a time. I've met a lot of people through it and made many friends, and people now know me as the guy to go to for Crash. So if anybody ever needs help out there, you can find me.
Indeed, and I have my badges thanks to you as well. So you might know, you viewers out there, you might know like the bigger YouTubers, which are great because they kind of focus on free to play. I myself, I love watching the whales and seeing what they can do because they have everything and they're able to push everything to the max and test things in a different way. And I guess all of the, everyone else can report on it. But that's why I like watching Tix. And you have some other friends, too, that make content, right, Tix?
Yeah. We have a whole cornucopia of people that are over on a different Discord. And we have people that make the bottom end content. I'm friends with Nightlight, Zero Gains. We have Chaos. 43. We have all sorts of people on the lower end of the spectrum to the higher end of the spectrum, so we're able to test out all the weapons, whether it's at the low end or at the high end. And what I like to recommend to people is to look at our high end damage so that you know what to aim for on your wish list as well.
Yeah, exactly. Nice. All right, well, I'm gonna start digging into the banner here and just kind of sharing my thoughts, and then I'm gonna want to know your thoughts too. So first of all, we have some new gear for Cloud, and this looks really cool. That is some shiny gear right there.
You want to click the hide UI on the bottom left?
Ah,
that
cool.
way there you go.
Get the full view.
Bro, it looks phenomenal. And the fact that the inner is like a teal.
I was just gonna say that
looks phenomenal. The teal, and then also there's teal on the actual weapon. If you look at it, bro, they did such a good job.
Oh, look at that! Look at those two little dots.
It's such a color coordinated. He has the stripes in the back, and when you're looking at it through the back, you can see the interior having all the teal green. Bro, it's phenomenal. I think they did, and then with the badass boots too to add, bro, you can't go wrong.
Wow. I love the inner green there. Wow. Okay, cool. So the costume has P-Attack and Frostblade Arcanum. So the 35%, that's nice. So coming in as basically just physical ice damage. And then the weapon, though, we have these new R abilities. And let me just make sure I'm not in the way. Cool. All right, looking good. So yeah, boost P-Attack all allies. So at upon pulling it, we get to 24, which gives us level just shy of level 4. That's kind of unfortunate, but you can see the percentages start racking up, and that can be, it can be very powerful. Of course, Tix is going to give us more details on that. He's already done the testing. At OB6, we're coming in with 34 points, and this will, raise the physical attack of the whole party. Now, this doesn't come in as like a buff. This just actually reflects in their stats. Is that correct, Tix?
So it doesn't reflect in the actual stats as you're building the unit,
Okay.
but it does show you when you're sitting in the co-op screen, you see a double up bar on the right next to your CP, and it shows and it exponentially grows. A Cloud that was 100k went up to 118k with a maxed out this weapon and the Glenn weapon in the back.
Okay, and how many overboosts on this weapon?
So we tested it with OB10 for both weapons.
Okay.
And with OB10 on both weapons, you were able to get all 60 points to be able to max out that boost P attack for all allies. And that can stack with everybody having it. So say you have a co-op team and the whole co-op team has the same setup, it stacks 28% per person that has the maximum buff. So if you add that up, that's a total of 84% P attack bonus, bro. That's bonkers.
Wow. So my first thought was like, okay, if I'm building a DPS, is this going to be a sacrifice where I might have wanted like boost physical ability potency or something like that? But the way you're talking, it sounds like you can get even more out of this. And you did some testing and you got some new numbers. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, and I definitely have a couple of screenshots that I can send over to you as well, so that you can maybe show those on screen later when you're doing maybe a little bit of editing.
Cool.
But specifically, the person that did the testing, it wasn't me because I still haven't done my pulls fully for the weapon. They had this weapon at max on their main hand. Their offhand was a maxed out OB10 Zidane. The other weapons in the back were the Ice Gloves for Tifa, the Bald Eagle because it rocks a Freak of Nature 52 P attack for getting your P attack up, and as well as the Barrett enemy launcher. With that, they were able to rock, along with their materia, of course, 4897 P attack, and they were able to get 330k damage on the new boss. This is also having a buff from we in our test run. We used Yuffie for the buff on Cloud, and also Yuffie for the ice potency or ice resistance down on the boss. And we use another Cloud with the same build so that he gives the maximum buff to the other person, with also taking down defense down 3 levels. So I think we can maybe take the damage up to maybe like 350k, but for now 330k is above and beyond any damage that I've seen before with one 4 ATB hit.
Sweet. So that's what I was going to ask you. Is this the new like max damage we've seen?
Some damage I've seen in one, yes.
Wow.
The only other time that I've seen more damage is against Shiva with fire damage, and that was like 254, but that was nowhere near compared to this 330k. And the crazy part is about this is that you can apply this buff to anybody while they are on your team on co-op. So this was only available through co-op. When you're doing it on single mode, it won't be going up that high because of the fact that you won't be able to have multiple copies of these weapons, and it won't be able to be equipped on everybody.
Yeah.
But over time, as they release more weapons that have similar effects, it's going to do the same thing and or more.
Right. So we're seeing the beginning of it for solo mode. Cool. Okay, so let's head over and look at Glenn. He also comes in. Well, we'll do the costume first. We have an Arcanum for water now. That's awesome.
The first time it's come out.
Right? Yeah, because we just had the Mastery for Cloud, right?
Mm-hmm.
Has anyone else had
for Cloud? That's all. No, nobody else has it.
Nobody else has had any water costumes, right? So this is like the
And
second
bro,
one.
I'm really loving all the teal accents on everything, bro.
Yeah. Now,
Even on the handle, on the boots, bro. Like everywhere, bro.
yeah, I kind of want this because, you know, my account started as a Dolphin account. Now I've been kind of free to play since New Year's. So I'm really holding back. I skipped a lot of banners, but I really want this Glenn because I just happen to have his buffing weapon and his defense break weapon at OB6. So
Piece of cake and lamppost, right?
yeah, so I have my Glenn built. This could be really cool, especially I have an OB. Well, have you seen my my maritime sword? It's like OB14 now.
Yeah, bro. It hurts. Every plus hurts.
Yeah, so
It hurts so bad, bro. Because it could be any other weapon, you know?
so I think bringing well, we haven't talked about it, but yeah, so costume, water. The weapon also has the party buff. Of course, we've been talking about it. And I didn't say, but yeah, these go up to 900, and that's pretty good, right? Like, that's kind of the new standard for elemental weapons.
Okay, so they've been switching it around. I think that Lucia's, let me go ahead and double check that. I'm pretty sure that Lucia's was just under that amount. Let me go ahead and double check.
I mean, after new, like since Fire Cloud is what I mean. I think he set the new standard.
Yeah, because Lucia's, or not Lucia, Yuffie's weapon, the dinner tray, maxes out at 850.
Oh, so
and I'm checking Clouds. I'm checking Clouds now. One sec.
So yeah, hers doesn't even go up to 900. So this is good.
Yeah, this is by far and beyond. Yeah, 850 for Cloud.
You know, OB6
So
740.
this is nothing compared. Nothing compared. Like, not only does this have more damage on it, but the fact that P attack is bonkers, and it also comes with a little side salad of Circle Sigil Breaker. I love it, bro. I love it.
So I think
I love the Sigil Breakers on them.
Yeah, they both have, and Clouds has the breaker too, right? Yeah, they both have
it has
circle.
a circle as well. Yep.
Cool. So
Bro, they're phenomenal. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I like the possibility of like combining Glenn with my Water Cloud and having like, you know, Glenn as sub DPS, buffing Cloud with the passive, and then maybe even buffing him more with a lamppost, or debuffing, you know, the defense, the physical defense, the enemy. So that's some really good synergy there. And then Cloud could be paired really well with Tifa, like a physical ice Tifa, if you happen to get that.
Those are two combos. If you wanted to use Lamppost with Glenn's new weapon, what I would recommend as the third unit is bringing in a Zac with his Twinkling Star so he can do an AoE heal. And also on the offhand, you can give him his Black Whiskers.
Oh yeah,
which takes down defense and water potency. That's that would be a whole team build right there.
Yeah, that would be a crazy water team. If you can oh, you said he does heal. Yeah, I forgot like
yeah, with the Twinkling Star, he the cure all ability on the third materia slot.
Yeah, I forgot about that. The you know, Zac doesn't have much, but he does have that combined like debuff weapon, the water. Yeah,
and it's a really good weapon. I think it would be zigzag with what the Twinkling Star actually does, but it would be okay because the Black Whiskers would provide the defense down and also the water resistance down that you would need to be able to hit really hard with water.
Yeah. So for free to play folks out there, what do you think? Definitely a poll, or should they wait? Because this one goes until April. And then we're getting another banner on the 20th. So I'm thinking that even if you're dying to pull here, that it might be worth waiting until the 20th to see what's on that one. Then you can choose which one, rather than draining your resources here. If you're free to play, have limited resources, that is. And then what if the second banner is something you can't live without? For example, we're expecting haste at some point, right? That's kind of a leak, but yeah.
Yeah, one big thing that I really recommend to people, especially for the free-to-play people that have limited resources, I definitely recommend for them to see every single banner available, just like you said. That way you can make the best choice for your account, because every account is different. We are all subject to the same RNG mistress, and she either treats us nicely or she doesn't, and everybody gets different weapons with what they pull, so it's definitely important for you to choose what is best for your account.
Agreed. So I'm going to
Good
do
luck.
these free polls.
Good luck, good luck.
Thank you. And why don't you share any other final thoughts you have about this banner or the anniversary, maybe the events, while I do these polls?
I think something for the future. Oh, wow.
Whoa!
You got one right off the bat.
I got 3.
Wow, a triple. That's great. Phenomenal. Congrats to you, bro.
Thanks.
I think the new whole strategy for limited and or free-to-play players would 100%, I can guarantee that you guys will want to be saving for either crossovers or anniversary events. After seeing these weapons for the first 6-month anniversary event, I don't think there's any other way to think about it or look at this. You're going to want to save for these banners because they are so pivotal for your... Say somebody's been saving since the last crossover, not the Tifa crossover, but the November crossover. They would be able to go crazy ham right now with these weapons. They would be able to pull these weapons to OB10, and this would do so much more than getting a bunch of random weapons to OB2 and 3. This would be able to take their account to that next level, and would be putting them in the upper echelon of DPS and or capability for account. Like, you're very limited by the weapons that you have. There you go. That's another one. Grats. You're very much... People are mostly limited by the understanding of the game, but also by the weapons that they get in the game. I think it's one thing that I learned from another big creator named Octo. He's able to beat almost all the content in game with just 5-star weapons. Doesn't OB any of them. Oh, Shockbuster, nice. Yeah, that's
First
a
time
good for Thunder God build, bro.
Sweet.
And if he showed us anything, is that you don't need all the crazy OBs to beat 99% of the... All you need is to have the actual weapon and make costumes, and you don't need much else.
Sweet. Yeah, that's really cool. All right, so...
Hey, grats, bro. You got 2 back-to-back bangers.
Yeah, I got a new Seth Wind dupe there. That was...
Yeah, I seen the Wind, and then you also got the Glenn Shockbuster. What were the other 2? I didn't get to.
Oh, it was an enhanced sword, and the other one I actually can't remember.
You're good. Enhanced sword is good for Sephiroth.
I have
for
like
his ice build.
I have like 600 parts on it now. I think I pulled it in my last video.
That means OB5.
Yeah. I got yeah.
That's awesome, bro.
Cool. So
it's getting up there, bro.
So yeah, anyone trying to strategize where you're pulling, collabs and anniversaries are it. So if you happen to save through collab, didn't drain your resources, definitely wait for the 20th to see what's available. Choose your battle wisely, and this is it. There's a chance they keep following up with even more power creep, but usually, with my experience from Near Reincarnation, the half anniversaries and anniversaries really set the bar for the next level of power creep, and then usually they kind of set it there and kind of stay there until the next one. This time we kind of set the bar on New Year's. That New Year's kind of set some new bars, and then we've been kind of on that level, and it's a little bit faster in this game.
This is a whole new level. There's a whole new bar, bro.
Yeah, the power creep's definitely been faster.
Yeah, that these new weapons are setting a whole new bar. Like you said, the New Year's weapons were taking it to the next level. And then, I think that the first crossover was the first new upper echelons. And then it didn't get much better up until this last crossover. But this half anniversary is leaving that last power creep behind. 100%. And the only thing is, these are only limited to the anniversary events, so we won't be able to wish list these in the future. So if you were gonna pull, you need to pull all you can now, and it's kind of a strat. They are a company after all, and they need to make profits.
Yeah, exactly. So that is the tough part, is that it's limited, and there might be a chance later in the form of like a special banner. Other than that, you can't wish list it. It's not in the pool, so make sure that you can make it worth it, because I kind of spread myself thin over FF9, and I'm glad I got that stuff, but not all of it is like the greatest. You know, like my Zidane sword isn't strong enough, yada yada. But yep, but overall, between this and whatever we see on the 20th, I think it's a good pull. Just be careful because it's limited. Those are my thoughts. Any other final thoughts before we wrap it up?
No, man. I just want to remind everybody to play the game the way it's right for them, and make sure to have fun because this is still a game.
Indeed. All right. Once again, I'll link Tick's channel. You definitely got to follow him. And yeah, that's going to be it for me. Thanks as always for watching, and I will see you in the next one.